Anthony Richardson just stole the show at the recent NFL Combine, running a 4.43 in a 40-yard dash, jumping a 10.9 in the board jump, and also having a 40-inch vert. Sheesh. My man Anthony Richardson absolutely stole the show at the NFL Combine, but today on Tater Too Real, I'm going to keep it too real on why I believe that means absolutely nothing when determining if a guy's going to be a successful NFL quarterback. But first, guys, I'm going to jump off by saying this. I am a lifelong Florida Gator fan, so even talking about Anthony Richardson in a somewhat negative light, it's going to hurt a little bit because he is a great young man. He's been absolutely killing it in the NFL Combine pre-interviews with other NFL teams. And guys, Gator Nation love him, his teammate love him, and everyone associated with this young man loves him. He grew up in Gainesville, and he always wanted to be a Gator. But guys, I got to be honest about this. Last year was Anthony Richardson's first year as a full-time starter at the University of Florida, a season in which he finished 6-6. The Gators made a bowl game, the Las Vegas Bowl against Oregon State, a game in which he did not play to prepare for the NFL draft. And I'm going to be honest about this. Initially, when he first declared for the NFL draft, I was kind of like, nah, he's not ready. He needs to improve in his mechanics. He needs to improve in being more consistent. He needs to improve in reading the defenses. But the more and more I thought about it, those are the very same reasons as why he went to the NFL in the first place, because he's taking a huge risk by coming back and playing college football for another year. And you have to ask yourself this question. If someone told you right now you can go top 10 in the NFL draft, or if you stay another year in college, you could potentially be the first pick next year, but you can also potentially hurt your draft stock and go third round, fourth round, costing yourself millions and millions of dollars. So when I put that into perspective and I thought about it, I was like, he made the absolute smart choice. I mean, let's just be honest. There's no guarantee Florida's going to have a successful team around him next year, especially at the receiver position. Yeah, they just brought in a very talented receiving class, including Aiden Mazzell, Andy Jean, who I personally love in this recruiting class. He's my favorite player in this recruiting class. And they have a lot of talent, Eugene Wilson, but those guys are young. The only proven receiver the Gators are going to have back is Ricky Pearsall, who is a great receiver, but that's not enough to showcase your talent and make a big jump. So he did the smart thing by going to the NFL this year. Now, I personally think it's going to take a year or two for him to just get up to speed on reading defenses. Let's just be honest, guys. Like I just said earlier, this past season at the University of Florida was his first year as a full-time starter under a new head coach. So everything he learned previously pretty much got scrapped. He had to learn everything all over again under a new coach in their first year. So I didn't have high expectations for the Gators last year. I thought maybe they can get 8 wins. So 6-6 wasn't too bad, honestly. So I'm not going to knock the kid for that season he had last year. It was his first year, knew everything. But the main thing that was the most alarming, I would say, last year was the inconsistency. The Gators started off the season beating Utah, a game in which Anthony Richardson looked like the #1 player in the draft, hands down. And then he followed it up with a bad loss against Kentucky, a game in which he threw a pick 6 late. And guys, it was just a lot of inconsistent play from Anthony Richardson last year. But you let me know, how do you think he's going to do in the NFL? I personally think he's going to go #1 to the Carolina Panthers, because why else would you make a big splash trade? I mean, Carolina was still in position to land a top-tier quarterback, so I think they're going to get Anthony Richardson, maybe even Will Levis. But guys, you let me know what you think about Anthony Richardson. Did he make the smart decision by going to the draft this year? And how do you think he's going to do? This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.